Hello, people at home. Welcome back to this channel. Today, I want to speak to you about correct posturing when praying. Um, Effectively, does this push you to your effectivity of your prayer? It does, But what we're going to find out here and next, what I'm going to tell you about the correct posturing, then you'll understand what happens when we see in Daniel, we just hear that Daniel just prayed, and when he prayed, an angel brought his prayers, and he only prayed once. And we ask ourselves a question like, God, this man only prayed once, but he had to wait for so many days. So is that things happening to me? Does that mean, what if that's the thing that happened and I prayed very fervently and it was not the problem was not that it was my posture. The problem is that I prayed and that happened. How will I know in between? I want to speak to you today about the proper posturing. Why proper posturing? Proper posturing is so important that it's going to push you to it's the knowledge that's to push you. And again, remember, we are in this world, it's not a bad thing. You were born, you cannot shift into a new world, but we deal with principles, and it's not written on how many times we have to pray. I know in the Bible, most of the times in Christianity we say maximum 3 times, minimum 2, but the Bible says pray always. Pray every prayer, always. Correct posturing. Is my posturing sitting well? Is my posturing, which one is the best posturing? People have their own best ways in how they pray. And the most times it is said, let anyone pray, and if he is comfortable in praying, then let him pray. The proper posturing of prayer, we know that the model of prayer, or the prayer that you can pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. It's also a prayer that you can pray, but it's a model of prayer. That means it's a prayer, it's a guideline of prayer showing us how to pray. Now, the proper way of praying, we see it when we look at Elijah. Elijah prayed. The function, or the proper way of praying, is on the knees. I'm saying on the knees does many things. Most of my experiences when I pray on my knees, it's a bit uncomfortable, but it's better uncomfortable than comfortable. You know what I'm saying? There's a different comfortable. There's a comfortable that can make you sleep. There's a comfortable that you can endure and just say, you know what? There's a comfortable, and in that comfortable, you can think of something else. Think of your mind just takes a road trip it just it's like it travels to another country, travels to another city, it travels to yesterday. It does all. It travels to now, what you're about to eat tomorrow. You keep on thinking about certain things. But I have studied so much time and looked at it really focused. When you pray on your knees, you really concentrate in what you're talking about. You're not only looking to finish on I'm waiting to finish because my knees are hurting. It's well because it's fervent. You have that fervency. It gives energy. It boosts you. I can describe this. It boosts you. It's in a way that you just want to pray. You just want to pray. When a person goes, when in athletics, when they say on your marks, get set, a person is about to go. Yes, that's a person, but it's just that you are on your knees. And what's the proper posturing? And what happens really when you pray, that the posture is so much important. This is what happens. You get angels when they come here, and angels are all around you. They're looking around you and what you're doing. So they're protecting you. When you stand in prayer, when you're laying down, or let's say you're laying down on your back, when you're laying down on your back, looking up, or down on the ground flat on your back, looking up, angels are not activated. They are just there, you know. But the minute you look down, you sleep on your stomach looking down, that's when you activate. That's another proper way of praying. That's how people pray. But then another proper way of praying is mostly in churches, they say walk around. In the church, you walk around. When you start walking, then you start activating the angel, and the angel sees your movement. So you control the angel. The angel sees what you do, and whatever you do, if you bind, then it binds. When you fight, it fights. You see, so that's the proper. Even when you're on your knees, that's the most brilliant way. That's the better way. That's the most brilliant way. When your knees, they hear you when you're there, because it's the proper way on how to pray. But when you walking around, that's when your feet, your feet, when you move your feet, they're connected, They do what you do. When you bind, they bind. When you do this, they do it. And the kingdom of heaven is very serious. When we fight, they do it that time, because it's faith, and faith is effective. It's not new. It's not like 2 minutes. It's just that. When we speak, it's just that. Thank you very much. See you the next day.